Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 13th episode of Soroyorimo Toi Basho, or A Place Further Than the Universe. And the last episode, I do have a few things to say about it, besides the fact that it was very sad near the end there, or just just in general really. But that end was obviously the saddest part. But anyway, yeah, that last scene, probably the most important one to talk about. When they found Takako's laptop, and Shirase was able to get into it because she was able to guess the password, which, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her birthday, which I don't think I actually said in the video itself, but I figured that was what that number was, because I don't, what else could it really be? Unless it was her PIN number, which I kind of doubt it. But anyway, yeah, she looked at the laptop, saw those unread messages. One thing I did not realize at the time, because it's sometimes hard to see the screen through the tears, is that there seemed to be like one other message there that was like probably an outgoing message, something she was typing, an unfinished draft. At least I assume that's what that was. That may come into play in this episode. We'll see. Another thing I realized upon a second watch of the episode is that the laptop is most likely what Takako was going back for when she disappeared. Because you had Gin say that, hey, maybe she went back to the inland station for something, or maybe she slipped, but it's obviously the former. And yeah, so that's what that was all about. So yeah, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Somebody abused that alarm clock, clearly. It's knocked over on its back. And yeah, this is the final episode, which sucks because this is, like, one of the best anime of the season, hands down. Only the finest food. Antarctic-style pork. With those polar pigs. Don't complain. Yeah, this isn't a poor expedition at all. Yeah, so don't complain to me. Well, yeah, you are in one of the coldest places in existence, so. I told you I don't care. Yeah, so eat up. Hey. Yeah, then you got to know them. Yeah, exactly. Wow, I don't think you're spending that much time here. Get wrecked at Mahjong. uh, Getting a little bit homesick. How is Shirase doing? Well, I guess we saw her playing Mahjong, so she's fine, but... Got your nose. Ice Operation. The spin-off of the Operation board game. Yeah. Don't feel too special. I feel like I say it in English. I would love to ride on one of those. On the vehicles as well. Wow, more ice. I see. The perfect thing to cool my beverage. Oh wow, they're really excited. Like, snow cones don't get fancier than that. Even eyes are older than you are. I'd like to find out. Like, that is quite the privilege being able to eat Antarctica snow cones. Though it already looks like winter. You know, the best things. Wow, doing a little summon slide thing. Pretty sure that's a proper term. Oh no, that'd be difficult to get anything done. Perpetual night. I would imagine so. Maybe that's why it has such a starry sky at the end of the show. Yeah, there's a reason for that. I mean, what help? That's paradise right there. Should I say? Help you from what? You're surrounded by penguins. Life really doesn't get much better than that. When everybody says just hypothetically, it's usually not. Yeah, I just stay here forever. What's the problem? She just wants a kiss. Calm down. Wasn't quite the nose grab, but uh, who needs school anyway? Even though Hinata doesn't. uh, I know, right? Why would you ever want to leave? Grab those cheeks. Can't you see how serious I am? Not really. One last snowball fight. Yeah. Man, they're playing the music again. No. Oh, really? I know, right? He's still on this. In other words, he has no chance. Nothing new there. Boom! Right in the stomach. uh, you tried. Nobody can say you didn't. But yeah, she would have had to been confident in her throw to say sure to that, so it's to be expected. Here we go. Shirase, can you take Gein's ball? Antarctica baseball. Just wow. She's Takako's daughter, alright. And that ball was never seen again. You better not be cutting your hair. Go ahead and get on my bad side. Yeah. I mean, I guess if we're gonna do it, at least do it in the last episode so I don't have to deal with it too long. But I still hate when characters with long hair suddenly decide to cut it in anime. It's one of my pet peeves. Oh god. Why would you do that? Character with the best hair, you just slaughter it. No, not at all. It's quite the smile, though. It's not always a broken heart in anime, it's usually just kind of to show off character development in general, and I guess it just kind of represent the closure she got with her mother, I guess is the reason for it, but it's just so unnecessary. Yeah. Yes, the main characters. They're like, she's talking about us. Yeah, keep it together. I'm sure. Yeah, this is the last episode. Never. I'm sure it's an experience they will all remember very fondly. Tokyo's in that direction. Start walking. Gotta zoom in on that wonderful hand holding. Come on, should I say? Well, I think everyone is very well aware of that, yeah. Title drop. Must not make a lewd joke. Very beautiful scenery. Yes. And those wonderful snow cones. Yes. One trip to Antarctica is nowhere near enough. Well, she didn't keep it together at all. Well, she's not alone. Wow, even Gin. That's unexpected. But it's contagious, so. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Wow. Sure, I guess. Don't leave me alone. We hardly got to know each other. uh, wow. I need my autograph. She does look like an idol, doesn't she, there? That was really cute. Yeah, bringing that up again. 'Cause that's the reason why she agreed to do that, because she knew people wanted her to. We disappointed if she didn't. Yes. We already knew that, but it is always does make it feel more real when you get a moment like that. Yeah, you don't want to be left behind in Antarctica. Yeah, there's no way we could have canceled this wonderful trip. Yeah, she'll be lonely without Shirase around. You can almost kind of tell that Shirase now has kind of that weight off of her shoulders. She's in a disposition. Wow. Yeah, I already read the countless emails that I sent. And then the helicopter crash lands, and they're like, oh well, I guess we're staying in Antarctica for a while longer. The high school girls left. What are we supposed to do now? That was the whole reason we came on this trip. True enough. Shouldn't read other people's mail, Ian. So she knows it as well, the outbox, yeah. It's translated this time. I feel like we spent so long getting here and just a couple episodes actually here. Yeah, it seemed like it was a place further than the universe. Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, we had to go back to the motion sickness, the seasickness. Yeah, being sick is part of the fun. Vomiting with your friends is all good. That very obvious trail there. True enough. I love you, Shirase. Even with shorter hair. But, you know, less. Less hair, less love. The moon? Oh, I guess that makes more sense. The Aurora Borealis. Well, yeah, you might need special equipment for that. They lay down on the ground a lot. Not that I'm complaining. There we go. That's the position. The classic. Is there a... Well, I guess a short term for the show is just Antarctica Girls. So, the classic Antarctica Girls position. Oh, is that really what that was from? I was too busy reading the note itself. I didn't notice the sender. So that was her final message. To show her what they can see now. Wow. Yes, but yeah, she knows. Would have been better to get that earlier. You get the credits over it, nice touch. So, yeah, the last words we got from Takako about it being beautiful, something like that. My speculation was she was talking about the stars in the night sky, and I guess it was sort of right, but specifically she was talking about that, the aurora. So that makes sense. I'm glad we got to see what that outbox message was, because for a little bit I was worried that we weren't even going to address that. It was a little bit funny, though. The real thing is 10,000 times better, and then it's like, yeah, I know, I'm looking at it right now. And now they return to their normal, boring life. Just, I was gonna say cross your fingers for a season 2, but this isn't really the type of series that really needs one. Because it was very much a complete story told. Yes, but I don't know where you go up from here. Yeah. Oh, really? That's a waste. uh, well, we're heading back to Antarctica now. Gotta get that money. I was gonna say is once you go to a place further in the universe, I'm not sure where you go up from there. Oh, I've missed you, Yuzuki. Hugs. Man, we've missed that house. Missed the little sister. I'll admit, she doesn't look terrible with short hair, but she just looked better before. The world is a big place. There is always something to find, that is true, but... Oof. Oof. I've missed my bed. I'm so glad it's still here where I left it. So guys, where are we going next? Oh, Megu-chan. Wow. Wait, what? Are you kidding me? No, it's just a green screen. She's messing with her. There's no way. It's totally photoshopped. Didn't let her deceive you. It's a ruse. So that was the 13th and final episode of Sora Yorimo Toi Basho. And this episode, it was pretty much the girls having a little bit more fun in Antarctica before they have to say their goodbyes and leave because, yeah, they weren't going to stay there as long as some of the others. So many other members did have to say goodbye to the high school girls, which I know, especially for a lot of the male members, that did make the trip far more enjoyable having them along. But you know, they had school to go to. They got things to do. They can't stay there indefinitely. Even though that would be wonderful, and to a degree, they kind of wanted to stay longer. Because why wouldn't you? Antarctica is an amazing place. You have snow, you have penguins, and yeah, just 10,000-year-old snow cones and just wonderfulness all over the place. I mean, to be fair, it is quite cold and dangerous, but those are trade-offs you have to make when you want high-quality snow cones. I don't think that's unreasonable. So yeah, they did leave Antarctica. Shirase opted to leave behind the Takuko's laptop, as well as the money, which that's surprising. I wouldn't do that. I mean, I wouldn't even leave the laptop behind. I would either keep it or sell it, but I do respect your decision in the end. And when they left, they did get to see the aurora in the sky, that beautiful sight. And then some very interesting timing. You had Gin, who sent that outbox message that Takuko wrote years ago to Shirase, which is why it said from mom, despite it being technically Gin sending it because it was from her mom's email from her mom's laptop. So that did confuse me for like a second before it clicked in my head what was happening there. But yeah, that apparently was the message that was left behind. And yeah, basically saying, yeah, this is the picture of the aurora that I took for you. Because apparently that's probably what she went back for. She wanted to send her, her daughter a picture of the aurora. I guess that might have been part of that. And yeah, she saw the picture. Finally now. At the same time, she got to see the real thing. So when she says, "Hey, the real thing looks a lot better," she's like, "Yeah, it does look pretty good." I don't know if your math is a completely 100% accurate, but yeah, it's definitely better. So yeah, and Shirase did end up cutting her hair, which I didn't make any secret. I don't like that, like, at all. I'm not gonna bump down the score or anything over it, but I'm just not a big fan of that. It just seems so pointless to me. It just seems like such a cheap way to try to show character growth in a physical way, like a way that you can actually see rather than just kind of know it's there. So I never really been a big fan of that. But it's not really that big of a deal because this has been an incredible series. I don't really want to harp on something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much how the episode ended off. We had our characters talk about, hey, we're friends, we're still friends, maybe we'll go on a journey to get together sometime, and all that. And we had a very interesting scene where Kimari was texting Megu. Yeah, and she's like, yeah, it's too bad because I'm in the Arctic right now. And then showed a picture of her in front of the aurora. Now, I'm pretty sure she was just messing with her because, like, these characters were barely able to get there. So, yeah, it'd be pretty unrealistic for her to get there. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure she was just messing with her. It was funny, though. That was funny. So, my thoughts on the series as a whole. This series has been incredible. From start to finish, I've enjoyed this series. There hasn't been a single episode where I thought, like, yeah, this is kind of meh. Why am I watching this show again? Like, there wasn't a single episode like that. The series started off pretty much with Kimari as kind of the main character. She's like, hey, I'm in high school now, but I haven't really done anything. I want to do something cool. Something like that. And one day, she finds an envelope full of money that the Hanakana voiced character dropped. And clearly, because Kimari is a good girl, she tracked her down and gave it back to her, which Shirase was extremely happy about, and that's kind of what formed their friendship there. And then later we find out that this girl is famous for wanting to go into Antarctica, to the point where that became her nickname and just kind of became a running joke. But she was able to convince Kimari to come with her because Kimari wanted to do something. Antarctica, why not? I wanted to go somewhere anyway, why not go to a place further than the universe? Seems like a pretty fitting choice. And yeah, that's pretty much what that was. Shirase did a bunch of part-time jobs to earn that money. We found out why she wanted to go. Because her mother went, and yeah, that was pretty much the reason why she wanted to get closure on that. She didn't want to hate Antarctica because Antarctica is what took her mother away, so it's natural she would have some negative feelings about it. because of that, but at the same time, her mother loves Antarctica, so she probably doesn't want to hate it, and that was kind of what that was about. For the most part, she went there in hopes that it would change her feelings on Antarctica. So yeah, very complex situation, very complex feelings on that matter. And you have Kimani's friend Megu. I really like what was done with her character because she was not happy about Kimari going to Antarctica, doing things without her, basically not relying on her. And I do like how well that was seated in the show. Like, there was multiple times where I was starting to pick up on Megu just not being happy about this. Like, the show is very subtle about that. I never really heard anyone else really talk about that at all. So I was thinking I was just, imagining things. But yeah, eventually because they progressively made it more and more obvious. Just like, I think the most obvious before they made it, before they flat out said it was in the episode where it just kind of ended off just showing Megumi sitting in a cafe or whatever, just looking at her phone at Kimari's text. I think that was the most obvious it got before they just straight up addressed it in the next episode. And yeah, I still didn't really see many people talk about it, but yes, I was so glad to know that I wasn't insane when Megu just finally snapped and said, "We're not friends anymore," but luckily they were able to work things out there, which is good. And we did slowly introduce our other main characters, like Hinata went into her stuff. Went into her stuff a little bit, obviously, with all the characters who went more into their stuff later in the series, way after they were introduced, but when they were introduced, we obviously get a little bit into them. And Hinata, yeah, she worked at the one place, is how she kept overhearing their conversations about Antarctica, which is why she decided to get on board. And then when they were attempting to actually, because she also didn't even have a plan to get to Antarctica, she was just hoping to somehow piggyback on the civilian expedition. Because she was like, "Hey, my mom went, so I should be able to go too. My logic is flawless. Don't argue with me. I even have a sack of cash, so I don't see what the problem is." But yeah, eventually they were able to get there by piggybacking off of Yuzuki. Because she was gonna go. She was a high school girl that was going. Because, for work, essentially. But she didn't want to go because she wanted to stay there and make friends. And that's when we got a little bit into her stuff where she wanted friends. That was mostly what her struggle boiled down to. And yeah, 3 friends right there for her to make. But of course, when she said, "Hey, you guys are best friends, right?" They're like, "No, we met each other a week ago. We just kind of have a common goal. I wouldn't say we're friends or anything." But as we found out later in the series, they very much became best friends at some point. Not sure exactly what happened. Yuzuki was definitely shocked when they said they were best friends. She's like, "Wait, when did this happen?" But yeah, they all the gang got together and they were able to go to Antarctica. Slowly but surely, they had to make some pit stops to Singapore, I think it was, and Australia, I think it also was. But they eventually made it to Antarctica. It's not an easy place to go to. It's like you can just buy a quick boat ticket, you can just head on over there. It's a little bit trickier than that, especially because we found out that there's some regulations from the wars. So Japan can only go a certain spot in Antarctica, something like that. I don't know. I kind of glossed over that. But yeah, basically, the gist of it is Antarctica is not an easy place to go to, which is probably part of the reason why it's called a place further than the universe, because for most people, going into outer space would probably be roughly as realistic as going to Antarctica, give or take. But they did eventually make it there. They fought through the seasickness, they fought through everything. They almost fell off the boat because they decided to open the door during the rocky waves and everything, which still was not a good idea, but was a cool scene, so I forgave them. And yeah, we eventually got to Antarctica. They jumped onto there. Luckily, they're not fall through the ice or anything, because that would have been awkward. But they got there. They said their in-their-face line, "Zama Mira," which was great. They got the entire boat doing it. And yeah, they got there. And throughout the series, we got more and more information on exactly what happened to Takako, until we eventually got the last line she said over the radio, which was something about it being beautiful, which we eventually found out was the aurora in the sky. And we also found out that she went back for the laptop. She sent that Aurora picture to Shirase as kind of her last known action. And luckily she got to see that in the end, because they did find that laptop and just had a very emotional scene there. And the series in general has just been, had a lot of very emotional scenes here and there. Because, very much went to everyone's personal struggles in the show, whether it be, I was going to say friendship, but friendship was kind of like an overall theme of the show, because you can say the show was about going to Antarctica, but it was about friendship. Because you had the friendship stuff with Kimari and Megumi, but you also had the friendship stuff with Yuzuki. And I guess you had some friendship stuff with Shirase and Gin, sort of, because they obviously were close at some point. We even got some flashbacks showing Shirase as a child and kind of being babysat by Gin. And you had friendship stuff with Hinata because she had friends in her club that kind of betrayed her. So there really was a friendship theme all around for the most part. And of course, Takako was friends with Gin and Kanaya, and that was also had to do with their reasoning for going on this expedition. So yeah, like I said, friendship was a big theme of the entire show. And yes, the characters were also a big part of what made the show so great, because all four of the main girls were well-written characters. They were fun, enjoyable characters. They had good chemistry with each other. Like I could talk about all the little scenes they had together that were fun and entertaining and amusing to watch, but I'd be here all day like listening to them because they were pretty much all great. Especially a lot of stuff with Yuzuki, like just remember that one dream sequence where they came in the window and it was all wind was blowing. Like, hey, we're here for you. Come out this window in this storm. It'll be fine. Don't worry. And yeah, and then they just came to the door in reality, and Yuzuki just breaks down crying, and they all just like look at Shirase like it was her fault. She made her cry. That was really funny. Just a lot of great scenes in the show. I really don't have to list them all because if you watch the show, you know all those good scenes because the show had no shortage of them. And penguins. The show has penguins in it. Penguins are my favorite animal, and clearly Shirase is a big fan of them as well. You know, Ginko too. And that really was a nice little moment on the boat when they both looked out there like, penguins! Because that was a parallel to their past where they did the same thing looking at penguins on TV. And yeah, even the last episode, I liked the little scene where Shirase was surrounded by penguins. She's like, oh no, this is horrible, please help me, but I love it, it's great. Like, kind of going Maximum Tsundere there, to a degree. So yeah, this honestly, like I said, fantastic series. I really have no real complaints beyond the haircutting, which, you know, I wish that wasn't a thing because then I really wouldn't have any complaints. Because the closest thing to a complaint I had before that was just, hey, it took us forever to get to Antarctica, but this is kind of a journey series, so it does make sense that most of the time would be spent on the journey. Maybe I would have liked one more episode of, like, complete Antarctica, but, you know, I think it's fine. I think the pace was fine. And just yeah, it's been quite a ride. I'll miss this series. I'll miss all the girls. And like I said, this was I really am oversaying it, like I said, but this series doesn't really need a season 2 because it was very much a complete story. But if they wanted to have a season 2 and maybe go on a journey somewhere else, like maybe Yuzuki has some sort of past that she wants to get some closure on, and they go to Hawaii. I don't know. That'd be fun. I would still watch it. I'm just saying I won't complain if we never get a season 2 because there are some shows that do go on longer than they need to. Not even just the super series with hundreds of episodes. There are just some series like that. So they don't know when to end it. They just keep pumping out episodes as long as people will keep watching it. But you know, I think it's fine with what we got. But it would always be cool to get more. If they can make it work without feeling like they're just shoving out episodes for the sake of shoving out episodes. And this, for me, it was kind of tied as anime of the season for me with slow start. So yeah, 10 out of 10, great. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.